Welcome back to Great Lakes Junction, everyone. It's just about winter time now. We're down to 50 degrees Fahrenheit today, 10 degrees Celsius. So I think this is going to be our last time to get things ready before winter. We're cleaning out a few of the remaining garden beds today, just flower beds and things. There's a few other things that hopefully you'll find useful that you might not consider getting ready for winter. So I encourage you to watch the video, and hopefully there's some tips along the way that, things you may not have thought of that can help you out in the long run. Sit back and enjoy. If you got tree branches hanging down on top of your shingles, some of them were already hitting the shingles and some were not yet, but with the weight of the snow they would be, and they're just going to rub the gravel off your shingles, and your shingles are going to be wore out sooner than they need to be. So I'll keep them cut back away from the roof line, and that'll take care of that problem. One of the things we're always trying to do on this channel is give things a second life or a third life if possible, save some money and reuse as much as we can. So I've got pine branches and cedar branches that we just cut off of the trees there that were overhanging the shed. So we're getting close. Wintertime, as I said, wintertime is coming. There's going to be Christmas decorations to put up. So for your outdoor decorations, instead of buying these little pine branches and stuff like that at roadside stands or hobby stores, we'll just trim some off of these, and we've got stuff to use now for some outdoor Christmas decorations. So there's a nice bunch of cedar leaves there, different lengths. We've got lots of pine. We'll set them aside and my wife can look at those. She can trim them down further for whatever she wants to use them for. We don't have to buy all of this stuff. So if you have any outdoor structures that you use, sunrooms or gazebos, if you've got them finished off nice inside, it's handy to just put some plastic up on them, keep that snow from blowing in there and everything starts melting and getting wet, and next thing you know you got wood that's warping or cracking and stuff like that. So we just close this up with some plastic, keeps that weather out, and protects the inside of it. So we're on the roof of the house now. Now this is something, if you've got a two-story house, cleaning your eave troughs is not going to be that big of a deal because typically they're higher than the trees and you're not getting a lot of leaves and stuff blowing into the eave troughs. But on a single-story house like this, the eave troughs had a fair bit of leaves and stuff in them. So I've already cleaned the heavy debris out of the eave trough and then I'll rinse them out with a garden hose. But one of the things you want to look for while you're up on your ladder cleaning out your eaves trough, take a good look up your roof at the shingles, and I'll show you why. So you can see how that shingle right there is popped up, and if you just look underneath, I don't know if you can see it, there's a nail head and it's working its way out. It's starting to pop up and it's starting to push this shingle up. Now you're not going to worry about a rain leak there because it is still covered, but it's a spot for wind to get under and it could start to potentially lift these shingles up. So if you can get at the nail without breaking the shingle or anything, just lift that shingle up and tap the nail back in. And that shingle it'll lay when the sun hits it and it warms up a bit. The tar that's on the back of it, it'll soften up, it'll bend back down, and hopefully it'll be hot enough out that it'll stick down and you won't have an issue with wind trying to catch the edge of the shingles. So have a look for that, because I don't know why they work their way out, but it's quite common. So I always check for it every year when I'm cleaning out my eave trough. Now this is what they call a stink pipe. It comes off of your air vent for your plumbing system. And this one, all of these nails have worked their way out on this flange. So we're just going to hammer all them back down. I don't know why they're all working their way out, but it's just one more spot where wind's going to get under, potentially lift something up, cause some damage. So I can see another spot up there. There's another spot where there's one bubbling up. So we're just going to take a walk around, and if we find any of those, then we're going to put the nails back in. There is one, I'll show you. I saw this one when I was cleaning the eave trough. So the shingle was stuck down very tight, and instead of pushing the shingle up, it actually pushed itself right through the top shingle. This is the sort of thing you really don't want, because now water's going to hit here and it could potentially leak around that nail hole. So just take a caulking gun. I've got one that I have a white caulking tube in it right now, because that's the only tube of caulking I had laying around. So I don't really care. No one's going to see it up here, a little white spot anyhow. So I'm just going to put some white caulking over that one just to seal that up to stop any potential water leaks from getting in there. Yeah, just like that. That's all it needed was just something to stop water from getting in and causing problems down the road. We got the grass all cut for the last time of the year now also. And the grass clippings were spread out in the garden back there. So we got the grass clippings in, mulch leaves are in so they can start rotting down. A couple of other things that you might want to finish up. So you remember our rain barrel system that we made before. So we've opened up the tap that we had in there for filling watering cans. We've opened it up and drained that rain barrel all out. And same with your outside taps on your house. Some taps have, some of them have an insulated portion of a pipe that run inside for enough distance that they don't freeze up. Ours is just the straight copper pipe that comes out. So I've shut it off on the inside shut-off tap, open this one to drain that line so nothing can freeze up on the pipe. All the lawn furniture has been put away for the season. The last thing to do, we'll check the vehicles over, make sure we've got the windshield washing fluid in them for the winter time. Make sure we got the snow brushes and stuff out and the scrapers out and put in the trunks of the cars, whatever, so when we need them, we have them. Now your barbecues, you might want to cover them up or put them away. We leave ours out because we use ours all year round. Okay, so you got to see a few things today. So we got the leaves all cleaned up. We used the lawnmower, mulched them right into the bag, and dumped the mulched leaves into the garden so they can start rotting down over the winter for the garden to help fertilize it. The eave troughs are cleaned out. While I was doing all that stuff, my son put the snow tires on the car today. So now our snow tires are on and ready to go. I don't think there's much else that I could have done around here today to show you anything. So thank you very much for watching. Hopefully there's some things you found useful, especially regarding those shingles and getting your eave troughs cleaned out. You don't need stuff, you know, if it's going to start to snow, freeze, and then melt, you want it to be able to run away in those eave troughs. You don't want it just to continually freeze, and before you know it, you have an ice dam, and then you have more problems. So thank you again for watching. Tune in next week.